Cinema is usually an escape, but sometimes it's a confrontation. We all have that one masterpiece sitting in our library, a film we've rated a perfect 10, yet one we've sworn never to watch again. These are the movies that don't just tell a story, they leave a bruise. Today, we're counting down 10 incredible films that are essentially one-and-done experiences. Let's dive in. Number 10. Atonement. We start with Joe Wright's visually stunning but emotionally agonizing period drama Atonement. On the surface, it looks like your typical lush British romance, but it's actually a brutal exploration of how a single, childish lie can derail multiple lives forever. The film is famous for that incredible 5-minute tracking shot on the beaches of Dunkirk, which captures the hopelessness of war in a way few films ever have. But the reason you'll likely never revisit this is the ending. The reveal, delivered with a quiet, devastating grace by Vanessa Redgrave, recontextualizes everything you just watched. It turns a story of hope and reunion into a cold, hard lesson on the permanence of mistakes. It's a beautiful film, but the weight of the what could have been is almost too much to bear a second time. Number 9. Uncut Gems. If Atonement is a slow ache, Uncut Gems is a 2-hour panic attack. The Safdie brothers crafted a film that feels less like a movie and more like a cardiovascular event. Adam Sandler delivers a career-best performance as Howard Ratner, a jeweler and gambling addict who is constantly one big score away from total ruin. The sound design is intentionally chaotic, with characters constantly talking over one another, and a synth-heavy score that keeps your heart rate at 120. You spend the entire runtime screaming at the screen, begging Howard to just stop while he's ahead. The ending is a sudden, shocking exclamation point that leaves you staring at the credits in silence. You respect the craft, but you'll need a week of meditation before you even think about hitting play again. Number 8. Leaving Las Vegas. Most movies about addiction offer a glimmer of hope or a rock bottom that leads to recovery. Leaving Las Vegas offers neither. Nicolas Cage won an Oscar for his portrayal of Ben Sanderson, a man who has decided to drink himself to death in the neon glow of Vegas. The film is a raw, unflinching look at the terminal stage of alcoholism. There is no romanticizing the struggle here. Even the central relationship with Elizabeth Shue's character, Sarah, is rooted in a tragic pact. She won't ask him to stop, and he won't judge her. It is a deeply empathetic film, but watching a human being systematically dismantle their own existence is an exhausting experience. It's a brilliant piece of work that leaves you feeling dehydrated and hollow. Number 7. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Charlie Kaufman's script and Michel Gondry's direction created arguably the most accurate depiction of a breakup ever filmed. Eternal Sunshine uses a sci-fi premise, erasing someone from your memory, to explore the messy, beautiful, and painful reality of love. What makes it so hard to rewatch is the relatability. As Jim Carrey's Joel watches his memories of Clementine crumble and disappear, we are forced to confront our own past relationships. The realization that even the bad memories are worth keeping because they made us who we are is a profound sentiment, but the journey to get there is a psychological gauntlet. It captures that specific gut punch feeling of losing someone so perfectly that watching it twice feels like reopening a wound you worked very hard to heal. Number 6. Manchester by the Sea. There are movies about grief, and then there is Manchester by the Sea. Kenneth Lonergan's film doesn't treat grief as a plot point to be overcome, it treats it as a permanent change in the weather. Casey Affleck's Lee Chandler is a man living in a self-imposed exile because of a past tragedy that is so horrifying, it's a wonder he can even function. The famous police station scene and the final confrontation between Lee and his ex-wife, played by Michelle Williams, are some of the most powerful moments in modern cinema. But they're also profoundly draining. The film concludes with the honest, albeit bleak, admission that there's nothing there, some things can't be fixed. It's an essential piece of art, but it's a heavy cloak to wear for 2 hours. Number 5. Incendies. Before he gave us Dune and Arrival, Denis Villeneuve directed this harrowing mystery drama. Incendies follows 2 Canadian twins who travel to the Middle East to uncover their mother's hidden past. It plays out like a detective story, but the truth, at the end, is a psychological landmine. The film explores the cycle of violence and the scars of war with a cold, mathematical precision. When the final revelation hits, it's not just a plot twist, it's a visceral blow that fundamentally changes the viewer. The logic of 1 + 1 is equal to 1 is something that haunts you long after the film ends. You'll want to recommend it to everyone you know, but you'll never want to sit through that revelation again yourself. Number 4. Hereditary. Ari Aster's directorial debut is often classified as a horror film, and while it has supernatural elements, it's actually a film about the disintegration of a family through inherited trauma. The first half-hour features a sequence so shocking and grisly, involving a telephone pole and a car, that it shifted the entire landscape of modern horror. The reason Hereditary is a one-timer isn't just the gore, it's the atmosphere of absolute, unrelenting dread. Toni Collette's performance as a grieving mother is so raw it feels intrusive to watch. The film doesn't rely on jump scares, it relies on making you feel unsafe in your own skin. Once you know the ending, the foreshadowing throughout the film becomes even more sinister, making a second viewing feel like an act of self-harm. Number 3. Requiem for a Dream. Darren Aronofsky's Requiem for a Dream is the ultimate scared straight film. Through innovative hip-hop montage editing and a haunting score by Clint Mansell, the film tracks the downward spirals of 4 individuals addicted to various substances. By the final act, the film accelerates into a crescendo of misery. The loss of dignity, limbs, and sanity is portrayed with a stylized intensity that is hard to shake. It's a masterpiece of technical filmmaking, but it's also a sensory assault. The summer, fall, winter structure ensures that by the time you reach the end, you feel as depleted as the characters. It is a brilliant, necessary piece of cinema that you will likely keep on your shelf as a warning, rather than a Saturday night choice. Number 2. Grave of the Fireflies. It is a testament to the power of animation that a Studio Ghibli film is widely considered one of the most depressing movies ever made. Set in Japan during the final months of World War II, it tells the story of 2 siblings, Seita and Setsuko, struggling to survive after their home is destroyed by firebombing. Unlike other Ghibli films, there is no magic here, only the cold reality of starvation and the indifference of society. The imagery of the fruit tin and the fireflies is heartbreakingly beautiful, which only makes the eventual tragedy hurt more. It's a film that demands to be seen because it humanizes the collateral damage of war, but it is so emotionally taxing that most people can only manage to watch it once in a lifetime. Number 1. Schindler's List. At number 1, we have Steven Spielberg's magnum opus. Schindler's List is perhaps the most important film ever made about the Holocaust. Shot in stark black and white, it captures the industrial scale of the Nazi atrocities while maintaining a focus on the individual lives saved by Oskar Schindler. The film is a masterpiece of storytelling, acting, and cinematography. However, its power comes from its refusal to look away from the horror. Scenes like the liquidation of the Krakow ghetto or the girl in the red coat are etched into the psyche of anyone who sees them. It is a 3-hour journey through the darkest chapter of human history. While it ends with a message of the triumph of the human spirit, the weight of the millions lost hangs heavy over the credits. It's a film that everyone should see once to understand the world, but the emotional tax of a second viewing is a price few are willing to pay. These films prove that cinema isn't always about entertainment. Sometimes it's about empathy, reflection, and bearing witness to the darker parts of the human experience. Which of these movies did you find the hardest to sit through? Is there a film we missed that you can never watch again? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of film. Thanks for watching.